Awesome. Hi, everyone. I'm Pranoti, and on the line, I have Sanket.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Welcome to the second anniversary celebration of our little project, which is not that little anymore, Real Scientists Nano, which is essentially a Twitter account and a podcast series going hand in hand. We are celebrating the second anniversary or the second birthday of this little project. So we thought we will record a nice video with the team. So let's start by introductions. So Sanket, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sanket. I'm an aerospace engineer by profession, but by night, I'm a podcast engineer as well.
Yes, you
for
are.
Real Scientists Nano. So yeah, I've been involved in this project for the last 2 years, and I came on board after Pranati pitched me the idea about having a nice platform on which material scientists and nanoscientists can also share their ideas, share their scientific discoveries, inventions, and also day-to-day life experiences. And till today, we have recorded over 150 podcasts covering about 70 to 75 people and all over the world. And it's been an amazing experience just to listen to them talk about their ideas, talk about their experiences, and just to know their struggle and their achievements. So yeah, so that's how long I've been involved. And my day-to-day activities are mostly just editing the podcasts and also just contributing and day-to-day running of the Real Scientists Nano account. Mm-hmm. Back here, Pranoti.
So I'm Pranoti, and as Sanket mentioned, like during the day, I'm a product manager at a scientific publishing house, and at Real Scientists Nano. What all am I doing? Well, I'm mostly, the major chunk of what I'm doing is hosting the podcast and recording podcasts with these amazing guests that we have and making sure that the Twitter account is running smoothly. Let's talk a bit about how the project came to life. Sanket, we already spoke about that a little bit. So about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when I had some brain space, I was like, we need a platform where we can bring the materials and nanoscientists. We can showcase their amazing science and the materials and nanoscientists. And there was no such space dedicated to materials and nanoscience or materials and nanoscientists on Twitter. And that's when we brainstormed a bit, and Sanket and we came up with this idea of let's create a Twitter account, which every week a new materials and nanoscientist can take over. And then, we also want to talk to them. Let's start a podcast series. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? And then Sanket was super excited, if I remember correctly. And I was very happy that he was excited because I can be a little focused with me being a material scientist myself. It's always good to have an outsider's perspective, so to say, on the field. So I was very happy that Sanket said yes, and we started this account, which was really, really cool. And then the Twitter account was gaining popularity, getting more followers, more and more people wanted to curate the account or take over the account, which was also really rewarding. And most of our guests also are kind enough to share their feedback, saying that they really enjoy it and they really enjoy the project and all of that. And before we knew it, we had to expand because there were so many ideas and so many things to do. And that's when Irena came on board.
So I'm Irene, and I'm actually also a scientist. So I'm doing my PhD in physics, and I study the interaction of light with very, very tiny objects, very tiny drums, actually. And I've always also been passionate about science communications as these guys a little bit. And somehow I met Pranoti at a conference at iScientist, and actually we really clicked. And after the conference, she came back to me at some point offering like, Irene, do you want to participate in a very cool project? And I said, yeah, why not? And she explained to me what iScientist is. And yeah, and I really found it an amazing idea. So I decided, why not? Let's jump in. And now I also form part of the project. And I'm basically in charge, or I help finding the curators. When they don't volunteer, we try to find new curators, and basically I contact them and I am in touch with them.
Yeah. So yeah, basically keeping the lights on stuff, which is extremely important. Very much, Irena. It was also really great to have you on the team. It is still quite nice. It has been nice. Let me put it that way. And then soon after, we also had Lucia, who joined the team.
Hi. So yeah, my background is in math, algebra, and combinatorics, and a little bit theoretical physics. So I guess I'm technically a scientist, but I know very little about materials science. I think I've learned most of what I know since I've been involved in Real Scientists Nano, but don't tell my undergrad lecturers that. I also met Pranoti at iSciences. I think it was in 2017, and we were just regular friends, not really working on any projects together, just having fun. And then at the end of my PhD, I told her that I was kind of a little bit bored and looking for something new to try. So she invited me to join the Real Scientists Nano team. And I didn't even think about it. I just said yes because I trusted her. And I'm really glad I did. So what I do on the team is website and social media. I mean, not all social media because it's a very social media heavy project, but I make the Instagram posts and the LinkedIn, and I put the website together and I just sort of keep an eye on it, make sure it's updated and nobody's posting any spam or anything.
So what are your learnings? Let's start with Sanket, you, because you are the dinosaur together with me for this project, been there since the beginning of time. So what are your learnings from being part of the Real Scientists Nano team?
Oh, so learnings was, I think I had a very steep learning curve by getting to understand even the nitty-gritties of material science, nanoscience. Like when people who have worked in the field for 10 to 12 years talk about the science, it's quite difficult for amateur to pick up. But the most fascinating thing I found is even though they know these things in such depth, they can easily share the ideas. And for layman term, and we always have actually a question where we ask the guest lecturer to basically explain the ideas in super simple words. For me, that was an entry point in materials and science, to understand even this most complex details in super simple words. That was the first learning I took away. The second learning was actually just making podcasts. I had no idea how to do audio editing till then. And in the initial days of actually toiling to find a good software, a good particular tools, having a proper format, some music, the questions especially, which me and Pranoti brainstormed over hundreds and hundreds of time just to try to get the most interesting information out there for the public, was a very important takeaway. Yeah, so these are the two learnings I took away from RSN.
It's really nice to record these kinds of videos because these are things we don't usually talk about. So it's really interesting for me as well. So Irena, what are your learnings from being part of the RSN team?
So first of all, of course, I learned a lot of amazing science that I wasn't aware of. This was perhaps the strongest point, but then I also learned how to work with a group of people actually from very different backgrounds, and that I also didn't know before. So it was a little bit, I was jumping into something I didn't know how it would come out. So different professional backgrounds and also cultural ones. And then for me, it was also interesting to see how can I organize myself to work on a project besides my job, which is a full project. It's not like a hobby, but there is something at the end, you have to deliver something, right? And it's also something that goes besides my job. So it was challenging, but also good. I learned basically just to organize myself. And of course, for me, since I am a scientist, what I also found really good for me was I found Real Scientists for me was a way to open my network, my professional network, and also since I am doing a PhD, if I ever look for postdocs, now I really have a large overview of what other groups are doing. It's true, because at the end you're looking for new people. So for me, this is also very positive, from my side.
That's really nice. I'm glad this is also helping you with your next step in your career.
Well, I don't know if I will take it, but it's definitely good to know.
Yeah, it's good to know what the options might be. Let's put it that
Exactly.
way. Awesome. Lucia, your learnings from the Arison, being part of the Arison team.
I've definitely learned a lot, like audio editing, video editing. I made a website for the first time. And yeah, I mean, when I joined this project, I didn't have a Twitter account. And like I had a LinkedIn account. So I learned a lot about using social media very fast. And I've also learned that social media isn't all bad. You know, I was always kind of afraid to join Twitter because it had what a difficult place it can be. But I'm actually having a lot of fun there, talking to scientists and academics and activists. It's been a very good addition to my life. So I've learned that social media can be fun and also some techniques on how to use it.
For me personally, the learnings from being part of the Arison team has been, of course, this was kind of like a selfish part of it as well, for selfish part of me to start this project because I had left the being an active researcher. I wasn't an active researcher anymore. So for me, this was a really nice way to stay in touch with the field, with the materials and nanoscientists. So that has been really, really cool and really fulfilling and exciting and inspirational. And also working with this team, this international team that we have. And all of you are so passionate about whatever you do for the Arison, keeping the lights on stuff or the new projects or even recording this video. It's just really cool that when you bring passionate people together, how well the project can flourish and where all it can go. So that's really rewarding for me. So I'm very happy about that. So yeah, anything else anyone would like to add?
The only thing I would like to add is like, yes, it's been a very nice experience working with you as well, even though I'm from very different background than both of you. And me and Lucia actually are from very different backgrounds. It's been a very good experience working with you all.
That's really nice. Hey, about the future plans, so we probably, birthdays are the times when we should talk about the future plans of the project.
Yes.
So what we want to do or where we are headed, so to say, is that we want to, so far we have been collaborating with people on individual basis. So with the curators, like recording podcasts, getting in touch with them, as Irina mentioned, asking them if they would like to take over the account. And in the future, we would want to do, in addition to the individual collaborations, we also want to do the organizational level collaborations where the outreach or science communication offices at the different research institutions can work together with the Real Scientists Nano team. And we can work together to shine light on more and more materials and nanoscientists and the field and continue to communicate some exciting science. So yeah, thank you, team. Publicly, I want to thank you all for all your efforts, for being part of the team. Of course, it's been lovely working with you all, and looking forward to celebrating more and more birthdays of Real Scientists Nano with you all. Thank you.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.